Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the news bulletin for this evening. The Office of the President has confirmed immediate action following serious findings in the audit of the STCL cold storage facility project. The case has been referred to both the Seychelles Police Force and the Anti-Corruption Commission Seychelles for investigation. The audit revealed major weaknesses in procurement, financial management, and project oversight. Of particular concern, the contract was awarded through a non-competitive process, with work beginning before the company, Seyturk Limited, was formally incorporated. Project costs rose from around 5.5 million to 7.6 million US dollars, with certain payments, including a force majeure claim exceeding $500,000, flagged for further scrutiny. President Patrick Emini says his government will not tolerate misuse of public funds and that anyone found responsible will be held fully accountable. The Office of the President reaffirms its commitment to transparency and good governance and will keep the public informed of developments. The Postal Service regulator says it is working closely with the Customs Service and courier companies so that parcels from China arrive in Seychelles on time and that each customer gets theirs. There have been delays for some time due to the war situation in the Middle East, and until then, most parcels from China were passing through this region before arriving in Seychelles. The chief executive of the Postal Service regulator, Nedi Padayashi, says that work is underway, especially with the Mahi Shipping Company that delivers Shein and AliExpress parcels. Curtis Cedras has been awarded the President's Cup during the Seychelles Business Studies Academy graduation cohort 2025. This award is presented to students who have performed exceptionally well academically while also participating in various activities and serving as ambassador for the Academy. Curtis Cedras received his cup from the Vice President of the Republic, Sébastien Pilet, this afternoon during the ceremony. In total, 170 graduates received certificates in administrative skills, as well as diplomas in accounting and finance, business management and administration, and human resource management. Of these, 48 graduates were studying on a part-time basis. Vice President Sébastien Pilet received the Director for Tourism at the United Nations for the African region, Elsia Grandcourt, at State House. Mrs. Grandcourt's visit to Seychelles is mainly to see the preparation being made by Seychelles to host the 69th Commission meeting of the United Nations Tourism for Africa. The meeting will bring together tourism ministers across the African region and will be held from the 2nd to the 4th of July this year. Mrs. Grandcourt stated the key objectives of the 69th Commission meeting and the benefits it will bring to Seychelles.
To look at the various challenges and opportunities that each country in the region, when it comes to the tourism sector, they are being faced with and working on. But at the same time, we will have a conference that focuses on human capital development, boosting also capacity building and skills in the tourism sector in Africa. And we've conducted a survey to get first evidence from the member states, which will help us to curate the program of this conference. Whereby today, when you look at the theme itself, human capital development and capacity building, there's a big gap on the continent that exists in this regard. It's not only Seychelles, so it will be an opportunity also for Seychelles to share and showcase the best practices that it has, but also to learn from the other countries and for the countries also to learn from what Seychelles has been doing to build its tourism industry.
Minister for Public Service and Labour and Special Envoy of the Republic of Rwanda, Christine Nkulikinka, met with the Vice President of Seychelles, Sébastien Pilet. The aim of this meeting was to deliver an important message from the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame. They also discussed various topics like tourism and agriculture to see in what ways Rwanda can help by collaborating with Seychelles, since Rwanda holds a special bond of friendship with Seychelles.
I think you know that the president of Rwanda was here, the president of Seychelles was also in Rwanda, We signed a range of a memorandum of understanding. Particularly, we specified today what we want to see really implemented fast is in collaboration in the areas of agriculture and tourism, where we agreed that our focal person should work together as soon as possible so that we start implementing what has been discussed and agreed upon. At this point, we want to make a focus on the two areas. Earlier, as the Vice President also mentioned, it's important that we now implement the discussions we had. I will carry the message to Kigali, to my colleagues, and to all at the Rwandan administration so that we see how we accelerate this collaboration, maybe sending a delegation here or a delegation from Seychelles coming to Kigali, depending on how the discussions will evolve. But I think it was very critical and important to have this discussion and reaffirm our readiness and willingness to collaborate with the Seychelles. And this is also the message I got from the Vice President, that he also wants to see it revived. And that was also the message conveyed on behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Seychelles.
Staff of the Seychelles Broadcasting Corporation have started moving into their new premises, SBC House at Union Vale. Since this week, different sections have started gathering their belongings to move to Union Vale. This is being done in phases until all SBC operations are transferred to SBC House. The marketing section is among the departments that have already moved, and starting this coming Monday, 23rd March, anyone who requires their service will need to go to SBC House in Union Vale. The marketing section's new telephone number is 439-8250. However, the SBC office at Kanamol in town remains operational for now. Traveling to the United States is becoming more complicated for Seychellois nationals. The Seychelles Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Diaspora has informed the public that from April 2nd, 2026, the United States government will require a bond of up to 15,000 United States dollars from Seychellois nationals applying for a B1 business or B2 tourist visa. Visa holders who have paid this bond will only be able to enter and leave the United States via commercial airports. The visa will be a single entry visa valid for a period of 3 months. The ministry also states that the deposit will be fully refunded if the holder leaves United States territory before the date authorized by the immigration authorities. Finally, this measure applies only to B1 and B2 visas and does not apply to other categories. And that was it for now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back at 8 with the news in Creole.